Hello everyone and welcome to the Evergreen Grove and Happy New Year. So today I'm going to be doing a 2019 reading for you guys. It is in the pick a card format, so that means that we have 3 piles right up here. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and basically you're just going to pick whichever pile you feel the most intuitively drawn to, whichever one stands out to you the most. Make sure you want to choose with what your gut is saying, not necessarily, which pile you find to be the most aesthetically pleasing or anything like that. Yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video to meditate on the cards and figure out which pile you feel the most drawn to. But we are going to begin with pile number 1. So with pile number 1, I have a runestone placed on top, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read the runestone's definition out of my Book of Shadows, because I feel like runes are less popular than tarot, and so just kind of for an educational type thing, I'm going to read, exactly what it means, because I feel like more people understand, like what an Ace of Swords is versus, what the symbol on the rune means. Okay, so basically this is Karuna, I think, if I can read my own handwriting, and also I'm going to be butchering the names of these, so I recommend looking up a video if you are curious on how to pronounce these, someone who can actually pronounce these correctly, because I can't. And this means flame and touch, or excuse me, flame and torch. I have the worst handwriting. Flame and torch, it's light at the end of the tunnel. So we will see what that translates to when we pull the rest of your cards. Okay, so we have a Moonology Oracle card, and you guys have step out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone, I swear I can't speak. Mercury is not even retrograde, and I cannot speak. Then we have from the Wild Unknown Tarot, Wheel of Fortune. Another card from Wild Unknown, the Father of Wands. From the Rider-Waite deck, we have the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. Okay, interesting. So we have 3 major arcana cards here. Okay, so that's very interesting. Okay, what I feel like is this Father of Wands might have been you in this, towards the end of 2018, right? It might have been kind of on the fence, maybe a bit aggressive, kind of, taken back within yourself, kind of a little not trusting of people, very much kind of just kind of taking your own path, kind of being wary of others. Something may have happened that, has caused this, but what I'm seeing is with this rune here, light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like this kind of inner kind of like maybe insecurity is a word to use for it, is soon going to be over with. I especially see this being reconfirmed with the Wheel of Fortune. I see 2019 being a great year for you guys, and you have the Lovers here, you have the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups. Like this is, you're very satisfied. I feel like this year is going to be very satisfying for you, and this is in all aspects. Career, family, friends, romance, especially with the Lovers. You may be coming into, meeting your soulmate, or if you're already with someone, like deepening that connection. Step out of your comfort zone. I feel like you may be drawn to a certain kind of spiritual path, or opening up yourself to different spiritual experiences. That you're not, again, that isn't traditionally what you go with. It's not traditionally what you feel comfortable with. Maybe there's some kind of stigma around you, like the people you're with or your family, maybe they don't really support that. But I feel that, 2019 is going to be a year where you're really like, I feel drawn to this. I feel called to do this. And so I'm going to end up pursuing it. And again, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like, luck is on your side. The universe is on your side, right? Like it's going to be a very satisfying year. You have these 9 full cups here, light at the end of the tunnel. Again, this is like, this rune is actually like the most called to phrase that keeps appearing in my head. Light at the end of the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel. So 2018 might have been a very rough year for you. It really may have, and I feel like 2019 is kind of you know, maybe you paid some karmic debt, you had some karmic interactions that occurred in 2018, and the Wheel of Fortune is like, all right, you paid this off, now it's your time, you know, for us to kind of, the universe to reward you with, you know, good romance, you know, being very satisfied in whatever it is. It's interesting because I don't see this as being like, with the Nine of Cups, I don't see it being like, you're going to get everything you want, but I see you being very appreciative of what you do have. Like, you're going to be very satisfied. I don't see this being like overindulgent, or, you know, you're going to have so much money that you can just throw it away, or, you know what I mean? Nothing like that, but it's going to be like, you're going to have enough and you're going to be very satisfied with it. Like, you're going to be very, very content and very happy. And again, I feel like stepping out of your comfort zone is kind of saying like, look, you know, if you feel drawn to this path, like, go for it. Like, there's nothing stopping you, right? Like, the universe has your back here, again, with the Wheel of Fortune. You know, like, this Father of Wands, you know, this might have been you, kind of very apprehensive, very, like, you know, on the fence, but I feel like, you know, this is just going to kind of, this was you, and then you're going to turn into, like, you know, this Nine of Cups now, right? That's definitely what I'm seeing here. I feel drawn to pull, actually. I don't know why, but with the Lovers card, I want to pull a Romance Angel Oracle card for you. Let me not knock over my coffee. That would not be good. I don't know why, but something's just telling me to pull one of these cards, which I didn't intend to pull for this pick a card reading, but guess you guys just got a little bit lucky here, didn't you? Alright, so let's see what we got. Can we get romantic feelings. There we go. Okay. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, yeah. I definitely see that if you're single, you definitely are gonna like find a person that you're gonna develop really strong romantic feelings for. And I think, you know, your feelings are real. That phrase is really what's kind of catching me, like sticking in my mind. And so I feel like maybe there might be someone who you're like, no, I don't like them. Like, no, I just, you know what I mean? You're kind of like denying yourself what's inevitable, if that makes sense. So it's saying, no, these feelings are real. And with the Lovers card, it very, you know, very well may be a soulmate or a twin flame connection here. It's also, if you are already in a relationship, these romantic feelings, I definitely feel as like you're gonna have these like kind of new romantic feelings, or this new kind of experience with your partner that you've previously never really, you know, had before. Like, your feelings are gonna be a lot stronger, a lot deeper. You're gonna have a more genuine and real connection than you previously had. Yeah, those are the messages for you guys. Wow, that was absolutely beautiful. Did not expect to be pulling a Romance Angel card for you guys, but there you guys go. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you feel drawn to. Also, let me know if how many pick a card decks you would prefer to see. I started out with 3 just because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if people liked less or if they liked more. You know, I wasn't quite sure, so I just felt like, you know, 3 is a good starting point. That's kind of, or at least that's what made sense in my mind and what I felt drawn to do. I also have an Etsy shop open if you guys are interested. Please feel free to check that out. I also have all of my other social medias in the description box below. I love you guys very, very, very much. Thank you so, so, so much for clicking on this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what you got. Okay, so the stone right here is a rune stone, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to read what the rune stone means out of the book, because I feel like a lot of people, they know tarot quite well, but I feel like runes are less popular. So I'm just going to read you the exact definition of it and try to pronounce the name of it, but I can almost 100% guarantee you I'm going to butcher the name because speaking is just not my forte, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, so this is this runestone right here. If I can hold it correct. Come on, fingers work, I swear. These nails. Alright. Athalar, or Othelor. Those are both probably wrong, I'm gonna be honest, but basically this runestone means possession, inheritance, and home. You can inherit material goods or knowledge, attitude, wisdom, and health. So that is what that rune means. We will see how that, plays out when we pull the rest of the cards. All right, so this first card is a Moonology Oracle card, and you guys have, it's time to take action with the new moon in Aries. These next two cards are from the Wild Unknown Tarot. So the Ten of Pentacles, that's really interesting, okay. Then you have the Five of Cups. And then these three cards are from the Rider-Waite deck. Ooh, the Six of Cups. The Star. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let me get a sip of my coffee here. All right. So yeah, I definitely see that this year is going to be a year of wealth and abundance for you guys. It's interesting because I feel like this Five of Cups, it's so weird because pile one had this too. They had like who they were in 2018 in this position, in this exact position too. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so I feel like in 2018, you guys weren't feeling very fulfilled. You felt like, things were just lacking. Like, I feel like some of you couldn't really pinpoint. I feel like some of you definitely knew it was in finances. I feel like some of you definitely had financial issues. But for another percentage of you, I'm definitely feeling that it was just like, you just didn't know. It just, something felt like a lack of. Like, it just didn't feel, it just kind of felt empty, and you couldn't really figure out why. You just maybe felt like, laying in bed, you're just like bored. Maybe you're bored very often. You're like, I have all these things to do, but nothing interests me. Just kind of very like unsatisfied is what I'm feeling. Like very unsatisfied, unfulfilled, just my cat's eating food. I'm sorry if you hear in the background. Very unsatisfied. And so that's kind of how I feel like you guys were in 2018. And possibly moving on to a little bit into 2019 and still things start kicking off your way, because I promise you they're going to be kicking off your way. Okay, so with it, it's time to take an action card from the Moonology Oracle deck. What I'm seeing is that instead of, you kind of, if you're still in this kind of funk of like moping around and just kind of being like nothing seems interesting, like, feel very unsatisfied, like blah, 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 this is, okay, it's time to take action. Get up and try to find that. Try to get up and, go to the gym is what I'm seeing. Like, cook a meal, like, drive around in your car if you have one. Take a walk. Like, just do something to kind of, like, try and get yourself up and, out of that kind of funk. And it's really interesting with the Ten of Pentacles, because if this have to do with financial issues where you're kind of feeling like at a loss or unsatisfied, you have the Ten of Pentacles. You also have this runestone, which means wealth and inheritance, which I definitely see is like, you may have struggled with finances, but coming, like 2019 is going to be a year of abundance for you guys. I definitely see finances. Again, you have the Nine of Pentacles here, so for a lot of you it is going to be financial gain, but I also feel like it's going to be satisfaction and abundance in other ways, because we have this Six of Cups here. So it might be, family and friends and any kind of relationship you have. You might be strengthening those bonds. You might be finding new relationships. Yeah, sorry, I just I just had a scene play out in my head, so I had to stop. Yeah, so definitely I kind of saw like broken strings, but like coming together. It's like if you like tore apart a string and played it in the reverse, that's kind of what I saw. And so I feel like maybe if there's any kind of relationships that like aren't, that, were kind of, you faded away, you kind of like, distanced from someone, those could definitely be reconnected in 2019. Moving on with the Star, yeah, definitely like the universe kind of saw, this is a similar issue in pile one, the universe kind of saw like, this kind of disturbance with the year of 2018. I feel like 2018 in general was a year of learning lessons, kind of a year of paying off karmic debt, overall, like in general. And so I feel like with the Star, it's like, all right, you did that. We're good. We're going to move on. Now, look, I'm going to fill you up. All right, here's all this abundance coming in. Right? You have all this abundance coming in. You know, it's excess too, right? You know, she's pouring some into this little pond here, but she's also pouring some into the water. Or not into the water. She's pouring water onto the ground, right? She's, you know, kind of, you know, what is being planted is, you know, being grown up into abundance, right? I also, for some reason, I feel like this card is representing spirituality as well, because this bird oftentimes represents spirit, and this woman here is talking to spirit. So you might be connecting to some sort of, you know, spirituality, some kind of religion, or if you lost it, you know, you're going to be finding it again. Let's see if there's anything else. Again, the word finance just came into my head, so I feel like for you, time to take action. Maybe if you had plans on starting something new career-wise, starting a business, maybe 2019 is the year to do it, right? There's going to be a new moon on the 5th of January, so definitely, again, new moon in Aries. Wow, I just realized that. I have no idea. That's crazy. Yeah, there's going to be a new moon on the 5th, so if you guys have any, you know, prospects of wanting to start a new business or do anything like that, it's time, right? 2019 is the year. You know, take it, do it. You know, you got the 10 of Pentacles, 10 again representing the number of completeness, especially because it's Pentacles, so finances. So maybe this is the year that, you know, for a small percentage of you, this is the year that, like, maybe you're going to be getting out of debt. You're going to be completing that chapter of your life, right? Yeah. All right. That's the end of those messages for you guys. That was absolutely great. Very, very beautiful. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. If you feel drawn to, like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. I also have an Etsy shop open if you guys would like to look at the services that I have there. That will be under the description, as well as any of my social media links. Those will be there as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, moving on to pile 3, last but not least. Okay, so I've done this with all the other piles, but this stone right here is a rune. It is a little rune stone, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be, is that in the right direction? No, it's not. Okay. I swear, I'm so scatterbrained sometimes. Anyway, so with this rune stone, I'm actually going to read a definition out of the book, because I feel like tarot is people are a lot more familiar with it. So I'm going to read that's out of the book just for educational purposes, because I absolutely love runes, and I wish more people were into runes. But here we go. Pertho, probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but the stone is Pertho, and it means a dice cup. Mystery, female fertility, knowledge of our own destiny. Okay, so we'll see how that translates into these cards. All right, so interesting enough for you guys had 2 Moonology Oracle cards come up. Initially, I was only going to pick one for each, but both of these came out at the same time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep both of these. So we have A Time for Healing with the Balsamic Moon. And then we also have Show the World the Real You with the Full Moon in Aquarius. And again, those are both from the Moonology Oracle deck. And then these 2 cards are from the, from the Wild Unknown Tarot. So we have the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and these 3 cards are from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. King of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Magician. Okay, that's so interesting. Okay. Wow, okay, let me just sip my coffee while I gather my thoughts. Okay, lots of stuff coming in through you guys for this, whoever picked pile 3. Okay, so with the Magician, I feel like this definitely is coming in to show the world the real you. So, that's so, I swear. Okay, so with the 5 of Wands here, in pile 1 and not 1 and 3, 1 and 2. I'm on number 3. Come on, Madeline. With piles 1 and 2, like the past card, or who you were in the past, as in who you, like, how you were in 2018 and how, you know, the world affected you, was in this position. It was always like the 3rd card on the top. Like, and it was always like slightly negative. And so that's just, wow, great. I didn't even plan that. Like, I didn't have, like, none of these, it's not like a set spread or anything. I just pulled cards, but like, wow. Okay, so with the 5 of Wands, I definitely see confusion. I feel like in 2018 you were kind of confused, specifically about who you were, right? I feel like you kind of were like, I don't really know, like you kind of lost touch with yourself. You kind of lost who you were, and that kind of led you to just kind of, I feel like just kind of floating through 2018. Like you didn't really, like you weren't very grounded. So what I'm saying is you really just kind of floated through. You were just kind of like, you know, just kind of doing your thing, you know, have your routine, have your regimen, you know, you're just kind of running through that day after day after day. And you kind of lost touch with yourself. And so I feel like with the full moon in Aquarius and the Magician, it's saying the universe wants to know, look, you have all the tools, right? You have everything at your disposal, right? You have the Pentacles, the Cups, the Wand, the Sword. You know, you have everything there. It's all right there within you. You don't need any outside force or outside person. That's kind of what I see with the Knight of Swords here. There might be some kind of outside person that you're relying on to kind of tell you, like, who you are, you know what I mean? That you kind of, like, that you may have attached to, and that you may have, like, kind of defined you by your association with another person, is what I'm seeing there. But, again, show the world the real you. Like, I feel like it's time for healing. You might want to, you know, detach from this person for a while. You know, this is a very aggressive night here. It's like probably the most aggressive night you have. Like, I feel like this person might not be impacting you in the best way. It might not be the best association for you. So you might want to distance yourself in order for healing. Again, with the Ace of Swords, I feel like this year it's a new beginning for you, right? Like, this is a new beginning that you need to take on. It's something that you know, really, really need to, like, it's an ace, like, it's the own individual, like, it's you know what I mean? Like, oh, I have so many images running through my head, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next thing because this just keeps bombarding me. Okay, so with the rune, you have the knowledge of our own destiny. Knowledge of your own destiny. Like, you know what the real you is. You know you have all this inside of you, but something was preventing you from really going through and, you know, actually making that, like, that push. You know, there might be some kind of insecurity. You might have some really deep wounds, is what I'm seeing. You might have some really deep wounds. Someone may have really, really hurt you in the past. Because of that, you have to rely on other people, right? You may have to rely on this Knight of Swords. But remember, you are the king. Like, you are the King of Wands. You are the Magician, right? You can go your own way. Like, you have the power within yourself. You have all the tools within yourself in order to really become your own individual person. You don't need anyone else there. You know what you want to do with your life, I feel. I feel like you know exactly what you want to get out of life. You know what makes you happy. But for some reason, you know, you didn't do that in 2018. You know, you're still kind of stuck on, I don't want to say taking the easy way out, because by no means is, you know, would have an easy, like having your identity being defined by some other person. But it's not like, it's kind of like you're holding on to a rope, right? It's kind of like, you know, the safety net. You know, you're holding onto this rope, it's preventing you from falling, but you're getting severe, severe rope burn from holding on to it when you could just release and jump into this nice pool of water and be totally fine. So I feel like it's more of like a mental kind of like leap that you have to get over. And so I feel like this is saying that, hey, 2019 is your year to get over that. It's time to heal. You have all the tools within yourself, you know, to be you, be your own individual, right? Like, take control, you know, be your own leader, like, take control of your life, do what you need to do, you know, and any person that you feel like you have a connection, like, that you're dependent on, cut that away, is what I'm seeing. For some of you, I feel like you should cut that relationship away completely. But others of you, I feel like you start distancing yourself to where it's like, this person may not, some of you, I feel like this relationship with this person is toxic. It's very toxic, it's manipulative. There might be an empath narcissist dynamic happening for like some of you. But others, it's just kind of this person's not toxic, but like your kind of connection to them is toxic. So you know, like you having this reliance on them is, and so you might need to kind of distance yourself a little bit, break that cord, cut those cords, and then you can come back to them once you've healed and once you've really discovered who you are. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That was a really, really powerful reading, and I should say that when I was doing the shuffling for these cards, it was very, very highly energetic. So I feel like this is something that you know in your gut, like, and you already knew this, but this is just kind of confirmation for you. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope this resonated with you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, comment if you feel so drawn to. I also have an Etsy shop open where you can get personal and private readings. It is in the description below, along with all my other social medias. Alright guys, I love you very, very much. Thank you for tuning into this reading, and I will see you with the next video.